every time I ride, there's something wrong, and I guess this time I didn't really expect it. It's the crankshaft screw. This is not a Holotech because it has a DIY motor, a TSDZ motor in it. It fell off somewhere. The thing is, I have to consider the weather, but yeah, I'm going to test the bike. This is actually a converted, it's a DIY project that I did. It's a converted mountain bike, and then electric mountain bike, and then reconverted into a bike packing, bike touring kind of bike. I have to return. I used a 2.4 27.5 tires for that, and but because I'll be using mostly road, so I have to look for a smaller rim, not the size but the width, so tire size, tire width. So instead of a 2.4, I went with a 2.1, which is the stock tire for this type of Pinewood Patrol bike. Now, it's a way that I have to test this setup because I'm trying to do some adventures on, I haven't done bike packing. I've done hiking, I've done trekking, I've done mountain climbing, but haven't done this. So just think of trying it out, but on a way that I have to make sure that I can make it because I haven't been riding a bike since for almost 2 months now. Right there. So that's a Denham handlebar. Also wrap tapes in it. Similar setup to a mountain bike, but again, there's a Denham setup on this one. And the GoPro's on. I have to turn it up. And of course the battery is, I used to put the battery right here, encased in that old Paselec battery case, but I figured let's modify it because it was too long and too heavy with. So this is it. Hopefully I was able to water resist it a bit. And of course, yeah, the saddlebag behind the seat. I didn't use my dropper seat because it's gonna be a bad thing if I push it down, and yeah, I'll damage the bag. And of course, a saddlebag on the front. Tried to put a saddlebag and of course a rack here, but on the rear, but found out that the travel is it's for a trail bike and a cross country bike, so it's not gonna work because it's too short, and I keep hitting the saddlebag with my heel, so that doesn't really work. So we'll see how it goes later. We'll just try to enjoy the view. So at this point, the camera, the GoPro itself, was mounted on the handlebar itself, so that's why you can hear the vibrations of the road, including the ticking, okay, so, or that knocking sound. I found out later that it was that plastic fender that I placed water bottle shifted a bit, and it moved it close to the tire, the front tire, and it started that knocking sound. Distinctive sound. It came from the tire fender, which was pushed by the water bottle cage located on the right side of the fork. So you can hear the humming sound. That would be the sound of the motor. At this point, I was at the Laging Banwa area, Bulwang, going to the Laging Banwa area, and it was raining. Rain itself is it's not that bad, but the drizzle was a little bit concerning for me because the battery itself. I'm not sure if I was able to make it watertight, but I guess that's the reason why I have to test it. So the rain isn't that bad.
Yeah, the rain will be moving probably south. Okay, so because I'm testing everything, there's a lot of adjustments. There's a lot of, not necessarily problems, but adjustments mostly. I have to check if the saddlebag is in correct position, if it's not rubbing against the tires or even rims or those third spokes. And I just have to check the position of the battery, if it's tight enough and it's secure enough. And also the tire tracker fenders. I only have one fender, which is on the front, and I found out that it was rubbing against the tire, and I couldn't figure it out until I got off the bike and found out that the water bottle holder's knob is pushing it against the tire. So another adjustment, you have to stop again. I'm hoping that I won't lose enough sunlight while traveling. Still a long ways off.
The road itself is boring, but you look at the side, well, the scenery on the right and the left. That's one of the reasons why I have to take the ride. I enjoy the ride. I enjoy the sceneries, even if it's on the highway, which you really hate. But again, it's all about what you can see while on the road and how you feel about it, how you enjoy it. It's yeah, you look at the sky, you look at the mountains from afar. That's what will get you going. It's there's nothing that you can really describe while you're in the road and looking around. It's a different feeling if you're on a motorcycle. And again, I despise combustion engines. I despise combustion engine motorcycles by itself. It would be better if it's a real motorcycle that uses electric motors and battery. But you just look at what you're looking at on the road and on the horizon itself. It's really something that you would like to witness every day. The highway to Tangalan is a bit of a struggle, mainly because it's mostly ascending or climbing. The motor itself, the Mid Drive motor, is at 500 watts, and it's got enough power, but you do have to work hard, not just on the cadence, but also to push the bike and to make adjustments on the gear shift, to make the climb more efficient. Again, it's also a highway, and that makes it a bit more dangerous with cars moving past you. It's a Friday afternoon, but again, it's because it's a Friday afternoon. Some are on the way to Boracay, and this is the route that will get you to Boracay. So it's a bit busy. You'll get a reprieve once you get that descent from the Ahon to the glide going down. Most of the roads or the highway itself from this point going to Nabas has a bit of an uphill than a downhill, and most of it are also steep. So even with the Mid Drive motor, the TSDZ2 Mid Drive motor, the 48 volt battery, and the 13 amps, you still have to work on it. So this is a detour to Tangalan town proper, and you can see right in front of me that the Catholic Church of Tangalan. It's really old. It's made of corals, and one of the unique churches here in not just in Panay Island, but in the Philippines itself. And it's this route that will take me to the coastal highway, which is in Barangay Havili, one of the barangays of Tangalan. It's also a scenic route. That's the reason why I like taking this route, even if it's a bit hard, because most of the elevations are steep, and you do have to make sure that you use proper gear changes, because it will really damage your gear, and make sure that also you have to maintain your cadence. This route is a scenic route. This is the start of the struggle itself. I think I went to pedal assist forward, which is turbo, from speed to turbo, and then I also have to shift to the one of the lowest gears, because the climb itself is steep itself. This is part of the coastal highway in Barangay Havili in Tangalan, and this leads to Bugtong Bato in Ibajay. There are a lot of vehicles that pass by this way, but it's in comparison to the main route, highway itself, it's far less, but most would rather pass through this area because it's the scene itself is spectacular. You do have to stop by if you want to. You can take some photos or videos itself, and get some bearings. It's a good way to stop by, get a drink of water, maybe a bite, or some trail snacks or something, or even a chocolate to add more energy. But if at this point, if you right in front of me is the descent. After the climb, you have the short descent, and sometimes you have to make sure that the brake itself is fully functional, because most right after the descent you get another climb. You have to lower your gear ratio to the lowest level, and also at this point I also have to raise the pedal assist to the highest, which is turbo, and it takes a lot on the motor itself and even the battery. Fortunately, the battery itself, I was surprised that even at this point, the battery itself has that battery meter, and it didn't go down. I would have preferred to have it to have a voltmeter so that I can monitor the voltage of the battery, but even then, it's pretty much a good deal. Basically, because the motor itself is a 500 watt mid drive motor in comparison to a hub motor. My old Pasadek had a 1000 watts motor, which is double the 500 watts of the mid drive, but it really takes a lot on the battery. And also at this point, I'm using a gear ratio that's different from the Pasadek. The Pasadek has a big 42 teeth chainring in comparison to this to the one on the mid drive that I put myself. It's a 34 teeth chainring, and it works on this level. As you can see, on the right side there's a drop, and that's if you look at it, that's mostly the sea itself, and the climb, as you notice, is really steep. Still, it's a good, the view is good all around. That's why I take this route mostly. By the way, I'm narrating the what's happening around on the ride, because it's if I use the microphone and I'm even speaking on the microphone of the GoPro, it's the GoPro itself is mounted on the handlebar, and it's too far from me, so it was difficult, and the sound itself isn't that good. Just check out on the right side. It's the scene is good, and you just have to worry about the left side because it has a lot of steep hills in it, and sometimes it's the source of rock slides or mountain slides. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Here itself, as you can see, I passed by the DNR's sort of facility, and this itself is really steep, and I really have to dial down the gear ratio to the lowest level, and then raise the pedal assist to the highest, which is turbo. Usually I just do the tour, then the speed, but this time I have to raise it all the way to turbo. But I thought I won't be able to make it. I thought I have to push it, but I guess it was easy with the gear ratio and the 34, or maybe I was wrong, maybe 32 teeth chainring, and the pedal assist itself. So it works, but it was slow going. It was really you're getting a very you're getting a really high heart rate for this, but it's a good cardio for all in all. I think the gradient's around it could be around 18%, maybe, I'm not sure. But right on the top, when I get to the top, it's rewarding because, again, it goes down, and you get some reprieve from your pedal, from pedaling up, and I'm using 500 watts for that. So I thought that it's all downhill, but I found out there's still a bit more steeper climb. Not steeper, but more another climb. So some more sacrifices, and then I guess that's the last. That's the last climb that I have to do. Then enjoy the downhill ride. It's all good. It's all you have to enjoy the view, enjoy everything. Like I said, maybe you can't really see it in the video, but on the side, especially the ledge or the cliff side, it's all scenic throughout. You can even hear the motor itself, the Mid Drive motor, making that sound that it's not a struggling sound, but it shows the Newton meters, the power of the Mid Drive motor. I do have to change my opinion. I used to like hub drive motors, but now mid drive. I'm all mid drive all the way. Like I said, the bike itself is an electric mountain bike. It's an analog mountain bike converted to an electric mountain bike with a DIY mid drive motor. So it still works. Okay, so I'm not sure what Brgy this is, but right after Naisud, I got off to the highway, but unfortunately, let me show you. Every time I ride, there's something wrong, and I guess this time I didn't really expect it. It's the crankshaft screw. This is not a Holotech because it has a DIY motor, a TSDZ motor in it. So I guess it fell off somewhere. Don't know where, but this is one of my walk or ride of shame because my wife is picking me up with her sister. Her sister, or I don't know which of the family has the vehicle now, and they're gonna pick me up. I asked somebody here when he passed by from Ibajay, and he told me that there's a shop somewhere in Ibajay. So, but fortunately, it's already 6:17, so I'm guessing it's closed. So it's gonna be tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to buy this, the crank arm screw tomorrow. Let me show you what happened, or where's the problem. So it looks fine, right? I like the new cockpit. Of course, I'm up for bikepacking, and I still have a lot of battery. If you look at that, I was been from Kalibo, and look at that. Look at the battery. It's still almost full. But the problem is this one here. That's the crankshaft, and it came loose because the crank arm, by the way, and because of this I lost one of those damn bolts, crank arm bolts, crank arm screw, I don't know what to call it, but yeah, I lost that. It's really bad. So not sure if they have the parts here, and I hope they do, because I need to ride this back tomorrow. No, 2 days after. Okay, so this is Sunday, and I was able to find replacement lock in Ibajay. Good thing, because I really don't want to put this in a vehicle or something. So I'm riding back from Nabas to Kalibo on this bike. So we're all set up, but battery, by the way, is still almost 90% or maybe more. Less battery consumption because of the 500 watts motor, Mid Drive motor, that is. Like I say, it's a way more efficient. So I'm prepped, and I'm ready to go. Even if it's noisy, even if it's
good.
On the way back, I didn't choose the easiest route, but I chose what I think is the more scenic route, and it's back to the coastal highway. The problem is it's still again a struggle with a 500 watt mid drive motor, but it is doable. You go back to the lowest gear ratio and then raise the assist level to turbo, which is the highest. It works, but yeah, you do have to push yourself. And as you can hear on this video, that the sound of the motor is really emanating. So if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please click the subscribe button, and to improve the analytics of the channel, just click the like button. More likes, the video will be more searchable, and of course the notification bell. It will notify you if I was able to upload a new video. It's been a while since I uploaded one, but it's because I have a lot of things to do. So at this point, help me out with the channel. Just click that like button and notification bell and the subscribe button. A few weeks off, I'll just show you the B-roll of the viewpoint of Hawili Kanalan. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy.